So Joel Embiid is actually hurt again. I mean, what's new, right?
Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
Okay, Ring Culture, welcome back to Ring Culture, where we play no games, we just spit game about the game we love. Before we get into this video, go over to my reaction page, The Nuclear Reactor, check out my sports reactions. Y'all will love it over there. But back over here, Ring Culture, make sure y'all like and comment down below. That's how y'all get me in the algorithm, and then I'll go get them when my content hit them and fit them and sit with them. Subscribe and hit the bell notification so y'all can be notified for every time I upload. Share my videos, hype my page. Let's go. So y'all know my squad is the 76ers. I think they're like 7-4 right now. I've seen some concerning things, but Joel Embiid is actually hurt already, and he's been low managing half of the games. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't necessarily think Joel Embiid is soft per se. I think Joel Embiid body hinders him from doing things that he can do athletically. Because I do remember one year when Joel Embiid started playing like an old school center, like he was going after everything. And if you and when you fast forward to now, he doesn't go after a lot in the lane anymore. And I think a lot of that is that he is afraid that he's going to get hurt because Joel Embiid has health issues. Now, the question I've been asking myself is, should the Sixers move on from Joel Embiid because they still look pretty good without him? And you know what, Ring Culture? I don't know. I don't know if they should move on from him. The other problem is how much money he's making. Him and Paul George. But there's a report that came out that was speaking about Joel Embiid's health. And I'm going to read it for y'all right now. It's from NBC Sports. It says, 76ers health update. Joel Embiid day-to-day with knee issues. Paul George nearing return. Philadelphia is off to a solid 7-4 start, including another win over the Celtics on Tuesday night with a top 10 offense in the league and Tyrese Maxey looking like an all-NBA player. All of that without Paul George and limited contributions from Joel Embiid, their two veteran stars. We now have health updates on Embiid and George. Joel Embiid, he was out Tuesday night due to right knee soreness, the second straight game he missed, which raises concern. He just reported a little soreness in his right knee. He's had some imaging on that this afternoon. And the doctors are here tonight to go over that with him. 76ers coach Nick Nurse said before Tuesday night's game. That imaging found no structural damage, and the center will be day-to-day, reports Sham Carnarada, I don't know how to say your last name, of ESPN. Embiid has played in 6 of the team's 11 games this season, averaging 19.7 points and 5.5 rebounds per game while playing less than 25 minutes a night. While he has seemed to move a little better each game, he is not playing like the peak Embiid. Knee issues limited Embiid to 19 games last season. Yes, he does not look the same. Even the games that he played in all season, he doesn't look the same. And I don't know if he's hurt still, or it's messing with him mentally, or both. You know what I'm saying? Paul George, the 76ers released an official update on George, saying he was in the final stage of a return to play, but doctors wanted him to strengthen his left quadricep following his surgery. That said, he could return to the court later this week or by next week. The real question now for George and Embiid is whether they can fit into what is already working with Philadelphia without changing it. Can George play on the wing, do some secondary shot creation, but mostly knock down shots and play some solid defense? Tyrese Maxey has shown this season that he is the future of the franchise, along with VJ Edgecombe and just returned Jared McCain. The 76ers can't move on so easily from Embiid and George 50 plus million per season contract, but they need them to recognize their roles and where this franchise is headed. I don't mind if the Sixers move on from Paul George, and Paul George probably has the best. Like, Paul George is like my favorite player in the league because I love his game, but I never thought that he should have came to Philly in the first place. Now, I don't mind if they move on from Paul George. I think I might have a little bit of problem with them moving on from Embiid. But I do want Embiid healthy for the playoffs for once. You know what I'm saying? And that's a gamble because Embiid hardly is ever 100% in the playoffs, and because he's not 100% in the playoff, he gasses out in the fourth quarter. I think now the Sixers have a squad that can play in the fourth quarter even when Joel Embiid gasses out. But I do still want Joel Embiid with hopes that he can get at least to 95% of what he was before. That might be wishful thinking on my part. I don't know if you're a Phillies fan out there or not a Phillies fan. Do you think the Sixers should move on from Embiid or Paul George? Y'all let me know down below. I think the Sixers are, even though they hadn't shown it per se, one of the biggest problems with the Sixers to me is that perimeter defense. That it's too many guys running free to the rack, and Embiid doesn't play like he used to, where he would go after those shots. I think the Sixers have a lot to clean up on the defensive end, but this is a league where defense isn't really preached, so that's another thing, another bit of wishful thinking from me. They're my squad, so I want to see them do well, but they're in a predicament with Paul George and Joel Embiid. We're going to see what they can do when they come back, because the Sixers have, to me, a defined hierarchy. And I think VJ Edgecombe is up there with Tyrese Maxey now. I think Joel Embiid is the best player on the team when he's healthy. The problem is he's hardly ever healthy. So they have a dilemma going on. I want to see what Joel Embiid looks like when he comes back from day to day. I want to see what Paul George looks like when he's inserted back into the lineup. It's going to take some getting used to, because they have to get used to each other's tendencies, get used to playing with each other, and we'll see what it looks like from there. Right now, I think the Sixers are in a good shot to actually win the East if they can keep up the way that they're playing. Kelly Oubre is also balling now. And they got Grimes. Grimes is pretty tough. Getting Jared McCain back is a big deal because he's a hooper. So they have a lot of fresh bodies out there that have talent and that can play, and they just need their leadership, their leadership core, to know their role and play with intensity, so that trickles down to the rest of the team. I don't know. Ring culture, y'all let me know what y'all think. But always remember, we are ring culture, because the whole point of the culture is to win rings for the culture. I love y'all. Peace.